Okay, for this one we're going to use some different types of mushrooms, just the ordinary mushrooms, but we'll also venture into the unusual type of mushrooms here too. These ones are called enoki mushroom, and I think you'll find with this recipe that there's going to be some rather surprising yummy food come out of it. So it looks unusual, but mushrooms are an awesome source of real food. Okay, it's a very simple recipe. For those who like it raw, then we just use the seaweed, but for those who would like it a little bit warm and slightly cooked, the mushrooms, you'll see that we don't actually cook the mushrooms, but we let the heat of the sandwich press slightly cook it. Okay. Now the bread that we're using is a sprouted grain bread, okay, which is quite a nice bread. There's a number of breads out at the moment available. Most of the stuff in the supermarket I wouldn't bother with. White bread, of course, as most of you know, is customer crap. So don't bother with any of the ordinary breads, the white breads. It's not good for you. It's going to dull your immune system. It's going to dull your living temple. So for any of the breads that we use, we just use the sprouted grain bread. Okay, so we're going to be using these wonderful sources of food. Very simple, very quick. Just make sure that you wash the mushrooms. See if they're washed. So what we're going to do is cut that bottom part off, and we'll just slice the stems of the enoki and some olive oil. Just light. And a couple of sheets of seaweed. Seaweed is very good for you too. It's got some good trace elements in it which are good for the body. So just breaking them into squares, it's quite easy. Just make sure you fold it first. Okay, for the first one, we'll put our enoki on there. And for the second one, plonk. That's it. Just cut the stems off of the mushroom slightly, and just a bit of olive oil inside the mushroom, some pepper, a little bit of salt on there as well. Slight bit of oil on there, that olive oil there, that goes over the top. Okay, and it's ready for the next part. Okay, now that's warmed up a bit. There are a couple of ways to do this. Okay, you can warm it up to when I think it's the green light comes on, and then it says that it's warm enough. Then you turn the toaster off and you just let it, so you turn it off, and that should be enough for some people. Okay, but if you're not used to raw food and you want a warm, healthy toast type of thing, then you have it on. Okay, so we'll do the toast thing this time. It really is awesome without it being toasted, okay, just raw. Really nice. But for this one, I know there's quite a few people that aren't used to eating raw mushrooms and all of that, so we're incorporating this one as well. Really is yummy. This one too, I don't deny that, that's for sure. So with this, just squash it down a little bit. That's more than good enough for me, so we'll take them out, okay, and pick them up and just let them cool for a little while, and we'll get the other big one. Okay, now this is the big fat one, which you've got to position it right in there, and you flatten this guy as well. So not only that, you get a little bit of exercise with this one too. Excuse my back. Again, I do that a lot, don't I? But that's okay. We're more after doing the food than me being on camera. So that's it, and we'll leave that one going for a while. Okay, now we won't do this one for long, because for me, the aim of this is not to cook the mushroom, it's just to soften it a little bit. For those of you who would prefer the mushrooms cooked, then leave it in, obviously, a bit longer until the toast browns. The more you cook food, the more it kills the enzymes, that living essence that's in food. So less cooked the better, but we're doing this gently. Okay, so turning this off, and as you'll see, this one's nice and flat, and that's it. I hope you enjoy it. This one is a really nice meal, okay, but it's nice and quick as well if you have a sandwich press. I hope you've got a sandwich press. If you haven't, then just do without that and do some toast if you want toast, or just have the bread as it is. Okay, so this one's nice and nutritious, and it actually tastes